Hey guys, welcome back to the gym. Today we're going to go over some balancing exercises that you can do at home. I have all of my gym equipment here. Some of you may have some of the same equipment I do. Some of you may not. It's okay if you don't have the exact same equipment. We can still be creative and come up with other household items that can be used, or you just do it without the equipment and you're still going to get something out of it. The first thing we're going to start with is the purple pad. You guys will remember this from class. I'm going to start by putting both feet on top, and I'm just going to stand with my eyes open, and I'm going to just get used to feeling what it feels like to stand on this. Something that you could use at home, if you don't have a purple pad like me, you could use a folded blanket, you could use a pillow. Just make sure that pillow is big enough that you can get both of your feet in the center and it be even. You don't want any curves, you don't want your feet on any curves and then rolling your ankle, okay? So I'm here, we'll say about 20 to 30 seconds of you feeling what this feels like. Then you're going to close your eyes. Make sure that you're breathing. It won't feel like a really difficult exercise, but it's important. And then open your eyes. So now you should really feel grounded. You should really feel like your body has adapted to this balance pad. From here, I'm going to bring my feet close together and I'm going to try to balance on one leg. Now, if you're at home, whether you have the purple pad or not, it's never a bad idea to do this next to a wall or a chair, or if you're allowed to be closer than 6 feet to your spouse. Maybe your spouse could let you hang onto their shoulder if you needed to. But from here, my hands are just at my sides. I'm going to pick up one leg. And I'm going to balance on one foot. I like to try to hook my foot behind my ankle. And you can see my foot that's on this balance pad is working really hard to keep me balanced. Why don't you do this for about 10 to 20 seconds and then switch legs. So my feet are together, I'm nice and balanced. I'm going to slowly start to pick up my other foot, keeping my knees slightly bent. As I get more and more comfortable, I can go ahead and try to hook that foot behind. Everybody's going to have one side better than the other, I guess. So about 10 to 20 seconds there. It's okay to struggle through it. You saw me struggle through it. That's fine. It's okay to lose your balance. What you do when you lose your balance is what matters. So if you find yourself falling off your balance pad, falling off your folded blanket, whatever, it's okay as long as you're falling and you're catching yourself. Okay? If I'm balancing and I lose my balance, I want to be able to catch myself. So losing your balance is okay. Losing your balance, falling and hurting yourself, not okay. So from here, if you wanted to make this exercise even more challenging, feet together, pick up one foot. I'll start with my bad side here, get that one out of the way. So I'm going to balance, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to try to close my eyes. Oh, significantly harder. Give it a couple of tries. It's okay to fall. Just don't hurt yourself. Now we'll do the other side. So now I'm going to do my good leg. So I'm here, I'm centered. I'm going to keep my eyes open until I get that foot off the pad and where I want it. Then I'm going to close my eyes. Now, we're going to add a tool to it. I'm going to grab my medicine ball. You can grab anything you have. It can be a can of soup, it can be a handheld weight, a medicine ball, a shoe, anything. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, so I have my medicine ball. So once again, I'm going to start at the very top. I'm centered on the balance pad, just standing. I've got my weight in my hands. From here, I'm going to close my eyes. And now I'm going to play around with where I put that weight in relevance to my body. So I move the weight up. I'm going to move it close to my chest. Feeling nice and stable, so I'm going to go up overhead. Still feeling pretty stable. This is good. I'm going to bring it back down. Now I'm going to open my eyes, making sure I'm still centered. Feeling pretty good. Now I'm going to close my eyes again. Now I can play with putting the weight in one hand, maybe taking it out to the side, and then back over here, and then this one, and then back over here, and then maybe extending out front, up, out, up, and out, up, back down, and back down to start, and I'm going to open my eyes. If that felt pretty easy and you're ready to try the next advanced move, now we're going to go back to our balancing legs, one at a time, so my feet start close together. I have my weight in my start position. I'm going to do this with my eyes open. At any time, if you want to try it with your eyes closed, I'll tell you when a good time would be to close your eyes. So I'm going to start with one foot coming up off the balance pad. I'm going to pick it up completely. And I'm going to try to move that ball. If you're here and it's easy, go ahead and close your eyes. If it's not easy, keep them open. It's okay to try a move and then set that foot back down before you try the next one. The next one from here, if I pick my foot up, hook it back behind. Now I can try to move that ball again. Let's try to go up overhead. Once you're balanced, then you can try closing your eyes. Let's bring it back down. Now let's go ahead and switch legs. Feet are together. Ball is in the start position. I'm going to hook that foot. I'm going to bring that weight here. Once again, if this feels easy right now, now's a good time to close your eyes. Make sure you open your eyes before you go to the next movement. Unless you're that good, then you can keep them closed. Now I'm going to go up overhead. Once you feel stable, try closing your eyes. Bring it back to chest. Foot back down on the balance pad, medicine ball back to start position. That oddly made me out of breath. Don't really know why. Okay, so from here I'm going to start adding different tools to the exercise to make it more and more of a challenge. If this was enough for you, you keep practicing just this part until you get really, really good at it. Okay, I'm going to grab some more tools now. Okay. So you all will recognize these little balance balls from class. I know some of you have them, some of you don't. It's okay to not have them. You can always put a piece of tape or some sort of marker for you to reference where your feet need to go. Just because you may not have a balance ball doesn't mean that doing this without a balance ball won't be effective for you, okay? So I'm going to start on my balance pad. I'm going to start with my left leg, and I'm going to move it to this gray balance ball. And I'm going to get balanced and centered before I do anything else. So my knees are bent, my chest is up. I'm going to try to keep my hands at my sides. If you're having trouble keeping your posture up, I recommend that you go ahead and keep your hands up to your chest. If you need to use them for balance, that's fine. But you don't want to get in the habit of balancing and being folded over at the waist and putting unnecessary pressure on your spine. So from here, I'm balanced, I feel stable. My left foot's on the gray balance ball. I'm going to take my right foot from the balance pad onto the red balance ball. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to stay centered. My knees are bent. I'm using my arms for balance. That's fine. That's okay to do that. So I'm going to hold it good. All right. So I've got my balance now. I figured it out. And so now I'm going to step back. I'm going to start with my right foot, the red circle foot. I'm going to go back. So I'm going to look back so I know where to go. And then when I face the front again, I'm going to step back. And here I am back on our start position. Now I'm going to add to it. Okay, so I've added 2 more balance balls. Most of you all will remember that not every balance ball has the exact same amount of air in it. My gray one is the most full. My red one is less full. My blue one is more full, very similar to the gray one. And then my pink one is less full, very similar to the red one. How could you replicate this at home? Maybe if you're using some folded towels to be your balance balls, maybe you stack 2 on top to make it more like the gray and the blue. Pink and red, you could just do 1 folded towel. That way you have different levels of instability and height, so that will challenge your balance there. If you're not using towels and you're just going straight off of maybe some tape on the floor, that's okay. Anything is better than nothing. So from here, I'm on my balance pad. I'm nice and balanced, nice and centered. I'm always going to make sure that I'm balanced and centered before I make my next move. So my left foot goes to the gray ball. Then I'm going to go to the red ball. And then I'm going to just make sure I'm balanced. So however long that takes is fine, okay? Now I'm going to go left foot to pink. Making sure I'm balanced before I move another foot. Now this foot, my right foot, is going to go to blue. And now I'm going to center myself. Very good. Then from here, I'm going to step forward off the balance balls. Instead of stepping back, we're just going to go forward. Okay. Now I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to grab 2 more. I've added 2 more balance balls to my balancing obstacle course. Purple and green are evenly matched on the amount of air that they have in them. Everything else is the same. So I'm going to start on my purple balance pad. I'm going to start with my left foot, and I'm going to step onto gray, balanced. Then I'm going to go to red, balanced. Left foot is going to go to pink. Right foot is going to go to blue whenever I'm nice and balanced. Now from here, you can see that purple and green are facing different directions. So what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to go right foot to purple. I'm going to turn that foot out. My left foot is going to go to green. So now I'm facing this way. Nice and balanced. Keeping those knees soft. Don't let them lock out. My chest is lifted. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm using my arms to help me balance as much as I need. Then I'm going to step off forward. Now we're going to do it again. Starting here, left foot goes to gray, right foot goes to red, left foot goes to pink, right foot goes to blue, now my left foot is going to step onto purple first. I'm going to try to turn that leg out a little so that I can swing around to bring my right foot to green. So now I'm facing the other way. I'm centered, chest is up. Now I'm going to step forward. Good. Now from here, we're going to start at this end, and we're actually going to work our way back. I'm going to start facing this direction. I'm going to start left foot on green, right foot on purple. I'm going to get balanced. My right foot is going to go all the way over here to pink. Oh my goodness, this is a little harder than it looks. Right foot's going to go to pink, left foot goes to blue. Left foot goes to red. I'm balanced. Right foot goes to gray. And now I'm going to go left foot onto my purple pad. Right foot follows. And I made it. Now I'm going to start back at the other end, but facing the other way. So now I'm facing this direction. Left foot, right foot. Get balanced. I'm going to start with my left foot. I'm going to take it to blue. My right foot will follow to pink. Get balanced. Now my left foot's going to go to red. My right foot's going to go to gray. Left foot back on that balance pad. Right foot follows. And there's that part. Now, before we move on, you can reverse which foot goes first. So if I wanted to, and I was ready to, I can switch these two. So that now I start with my right foot, okay? If you don't feel like you're ready for that, that's fine. I do recommend that you try things on both sides. You might be better on one side than the other. Totally fine. But we'll run through this one time just so you can see. So I'll start with my right foot on red. Left foot goes to gray. I'm going to find that balance. Now my right foot's going to go to blue. Left foot goes to pink. Now I'm going to start with my right foot on purple, and I'm going to turn it out so that I can face this direction. And then here I am centered. If I wanted to, I could go straight from here back to my balance pad. And then I repeat again, ending up at the very last two, facing the other direction. And then if I wanted to, coming back. So now I'm going to add a little something to it to make it a little bit more challenging for some of you. So now we're going to get a medicine ball, a weight, any item that you can hold in your hands. It doesn't matter how much it weighs. It can be 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound. If you're really strong, 15 pounds, I mean, whatever you have at home is fine. Let's get our medicine ball. Okay, so we have some sort of weighted object in our hand. I want you to try to keep both hands on the ball, unless you're intentionally trying to only have one hand with the ball or weight in it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it close to my chest, and then I'm going to start my obstacle course. So I'm going to go right foot first. Let's redo that one. That was rough. Okay, I've got my medicine ball, both hands. I'm going to start with it at my chest, and I'm going to start my obstacle course. Now, as you get Every time you take a step, I want you to hold it from anywhere between 10 and 20 seconds, and I want you to play with where this ball is in reference to your center of gravity. So I want you to play around with that and really challenge that balance. So start positions here. I'm going to take one step, and I'm going to make sure I'm balanced. This doesn't feel too terribly difficult, so I can go up overhead with it. I can come back. My knees are nice and soft. I don't have any locked legs. My chest is lifted. Let me try holding it just one hand. Let me switch hands. Okay, back to start position. Now my left foot's going to go next. All right, here I am. I'm somewhat centered. So let's try up overhead. Back down. One hand. Switch hands. See how my knees are still soft and my chest is lifted. Back to start position. Now my right foot is going to go to blue. I'm going to try up. Back down. Right here. Here. Back to start position. Left foot goes. And here, my knees are bent. My chest is up. I'm centered. Arms up overhead. Keep those legs nice and soft. Don't get straight leg just because you're reaching up overhead. Now, the tricky part. I want to go to where I face my left. So my left foot's going to go first. And I'm going to turn that foot out. And I'm going to try to go straight to green. Find your center. Now let's see if I can go back. I'll start with my left foot. My left foot's going to go to blue, and I'm going to try to follow with that right foot right onto pink. Okay, I'm going to keep my chest up, my knees soft. That ball is at my chest. Now I'm going up overhead. Back to center. And out. And out. Back to center. Right foot goes to gray. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to challenge that balance here. My chest is up. Now my left leg is going to go to red. Centered. Ball is at my chest. Once I feel balanced, I'll take it up overhead. Right foot to the balance pad. Should feel pretty stable here, but let's practice the balance here. And then left foot on the balance pad. Okay, we made it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys one more thing that you can do with your balance pad and your balance balls. I'll show some fun things you can do with this medicine ball or weight as well. So I'm going to rearrange everything. Okay, so we have our balance pad. I've got some of my balance balls at each side of my balance pad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a direction and I'm going to face that direction. I have my balance pad lengthways this way. For whatever reason, that just makes sense for me to be facing either this way or the other way. You can really do it however you want, okay? So I'm going to start from here. I'm on the balance pad. I'm facing forward. I'm going to have my left foot go first. My left foot's going to go to that red circle. So I'm just getting used to being able to step off of something onto something that may not be stable. And then I'm just going to balance and hold it, and I'm going to feel really good about myself because I've mastered this one. And then I'm going to come back. Sticking with that left foot. Now my left leg is going to step out to the side to the pink ball. I don't know if you can notice, but I have my pink ball and my blue ball on each side of me, but one is closer to the balance pad than the other. Which one is closer and which one's not isn't important. What's important is that you have at least one close, one further away, okay? My left foot is going to step out to the side, and I'm going to make sure I'm picking up my feet. So I'm going to pick up my foot, step out to the side. Here I am, I'm balanced, feels great. And then I'm going to go back. Now my left foot is going to step back. This is the hard one. It's okay to look behind you, but then you want to face the front again. We do it this way because you're going to teach your body how to use your eyes and your brain to communicate to your body how far away that is. So you may or may not get it right on the first time. That's okay. That's why we practice it. So I've looked behind me. I know where that green ball is. My left foot is going to come up, and I'm going to step back. So you see, I missed it. That's okay. Let's do it again. Left foot comes up. And now I'm on that ball. I want to make sure that I center my weight also. I don't want to be heavier on my front foot. That's too easy. I want to have equal amount of weight on both feet. My knees are bent, my chest is lifted, I'm looking straight ahead, and now I'm balanced. This foot comes back. So now we're going to look at the right side. My right foot's going to go. Picking that foot up. Blue ball. I'm going to balance my weight. I'm centered. I have equal amount of weights on this leg as I do this one. Chest is lifted. Knees are soft. Fairly easy. That's okay. Still good for you. And back. Now my right foot gets to go forward onto that red ball. Making sure you're picking that foot up. Stepping down. Let's try that again. Picking my right foot up. Stepping down. Keeping that weight centered. Don't be heavier on one foot than the other. My chest is up. And I'm back. Now my right foot is going to go for that green ball. I looked for it. I saw it. The right foot comes up, stepping back. And I'm going to center my weight. Once again, not having more weight on one leg than the other, centered. And coming back. So you can do this exercise exactly the way that I did it, or you can do it with that ball in your hand, playing with where that ball or that weight is in space in relevance to your center of gravity. You can also play around with how far away or how close the balance balls are to your balance pad. So there's multiple ways to make this more challenging, or you can make it easier. The closer they are, I think that's going to make things a little bit easier. If you want to really, really make it hard, make that one that you step back on really far away. Play with being able to look at where something is, and then your body being able to figure out where to go from there. Okay, so you guys have lots of balancing ideas that you can work on at home. You know how to use stuff you have around the house to create your balance obstacle course. I would love for you guys to be practicing this anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. Balance is so important. Everybody needs to be practicing their balance. If you find that holding each stance on each ball 10 to 20 seconds feels easy, you can increase the amount of time that you balance on each section. You can play with that medicine ball or that weight or whatever object you have at home. You could even do things by adding twists to things while you're balancing. I want you guys to be sure that when you're done with this, that you guys do some stretching. You can go over the stretches that we normally do in class. I have a recorded video of our class cool down and stretch on the Facebook page. If you don't have access to that for some reason, you guys all have my phone number. Please let me know and I'll find the best way to get you that video. Otherwise, I hope you guys are staying healthy. I hope you're staying active, and hopefully we'll see each other soon. Bye.